Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share this about substance abuse, and I want to be crystal clear with you so I can leave an everlasting impact upon you all. Just imagine being buried alive, laying in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to open the coffin and push the enormous weight of the dirt that's upon the lid. But you also think, maybe if I start banging on the lid itself, then maybe I can unsettle the dirt upon the lid, and it will possibly start moving some of the dirt around on top, and maybe somebody will notice and start digging their way down to help me. This is what it's like to feel or find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know which way to turn for help. In reality, there are probably people mourning your death, standing by your grave, but you just don't realize that. You think today is the day you're going to die. Usually though, but people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be good at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you are abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and not only take your life away from yourself, something so precious that God gave you, but take it from your children, your husband, your wife, your mother, your father. With this, I want to leave one last thought. Don't be that person that I just read about, laying in a coffin alive, hoping that somebody might help them. Instead, call the Take Your Life Back Today show at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back before your life is gone. Be a person instead of that person laying in a coffin, hoping to get help. Be a person that reaches out while you have a chance and call out for help. You can call people like Larry Geis at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis is an addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He will help you from your addiction to your recovery, from your low self-esteem to increased self-esteem, from depression to a better life. He will walk with you step by step. He has over 30 years experience. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. 516-458-2741. You can Google him at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Let Larry Geis help you. Let me help you. Both of us and many other people that are out there want to help you, but you have to be different than that person laying in a coffin, because you have to yell out and say, I need help, and there is no shame in doing that. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. www.odysseyconsultant.org, 516-458-2741. Let Larry Geis help you take back your life. If this video is a little out of focus, it's not the quality of the video, it's probably the quality of your glasses. Maybe, just maybe, you just recently went and got a new prescription and need eyeglasses now. Where else better to turn than to turn to www.globaleyeglasses.com. 70% less than your freestanding brick-and-mortar optical shop locally. Don't need to leave your house. Over 1,200 frames to choose from. Plastic, metal, half frame, no frame, full frame. Progressive, no-line bifocals, line bifocals. Transition photochromatics, all available. Anti-reflecting coating, scratch coating, UV coating. Polarized lenses, all available right in the comfort of your own home. All you have to do is go to www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. And as a perk, one of the biggest reasons I advertise them on my shows, other than the fact that I do believe in their quality, is because I have been in the optical field for over 30 years, and I feel which better way to serve my audience, other than my messages constantly, than to help them with their medical needs, including eyeglasses. Eyeglasses are so important when it comes to seeing my videos, when it comes to reading the Bible, when it comes to reading books, when it comes to seeing far away at Mother Nature and the sky and the beautiful scenery. Go to www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Call me, 631-599-0218. I will help you pick out the right frame, the right lenses. And if you call me and you tell me that you went to purchase from Global Eyeglasses and you need help, I will make sure you get free shipping with a code. www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Folks, before I want to go into today's topic, which is I want to talk to you about people that cannot focus, because I do run into a lot of people that just have problems focusing. And I want to give you some reasons why you probably can't focus. But I want to show you a beautiful watch that my wife bought me for Christmas. It is a Marine Corps watch, and on the side of it, it says Semper Fidelity. And what that means is always faithful. And how true, not only during my Marine Corps years it was then, it is now. I will always be faithful to deliver the proper messages, the proper information at the proper time to you. 12 reasons maybe why you can't focus. Focus, it's a word often yelled at children from frustrated teachers and ourselves when we have trouble getting into the bottom of something. Come on, focus. You can do this. Why is it easy for some people to hone in on the problem and give it a laser-guided focus while other people cannot even focus for 2 minutes? Without staring out of the window, thinking about sitting around the beach. Well, there are many reasons beyond personality types. I want to share 12 of the biggest reasons you may be having trouble concentrating. Number one is you're not getting enough sleep, and sleep is so very important. There's a reason we spend at least 25% of our lives in bed. Sleep is very, very important. It helps us recharge, gives the brain a chance to exercise neuronal connections, and gives our bodies time to repair muscles and replace chemicals. So when we're not getting the right amount of sleep, and it varies from person to person, but around 6 to 8 hours is the average, everything suffers. In particular, the mind takes a brunt of it. You'll find it very difficult to stay focused on anything because your brain is not working properly because it's awfully tired. It's confused. It hasn't had the necessary time it needs to prepare for a full day of activity. And it is ready to shut down. Now you may think you're getting your 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night, but still you're having problems focusing. But if it's not good sleep, it's not sleep. If you're laying in bed worrying about things, it's not good sleep. Number two, you surround yourself with distractions. It's said that today's teenagers will interact with 3 different technologies at the same time: a phone, a TV, and a computer, without any kind of problem. It's just the way of life it is today. But it's not a way to focus. This plays into conversations or interactions with people either in person, online, or on the phone. We think we're giving that person enough attention, but we're really not. We hear the phone beep and have to check it. We see something come in on TV in the background, and our attention goes there. Number 3, you're not dealing with problems. Remember that old saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. It applies to a lot of aspects of our life, in particular to people who are always complaining that and get most of the attention. But when it comes to focusing, that squeaking wheel is a problem or problems that have not been dealt with. If it is a problem that has gone completely unchecked, we find ourselves thinking, I really need to deal with the dripping faucet, or I need to talk to my mortgage broker immediately. These problems will stop nagging us if they're on a list of things to deal with, or if we make steps to get them done. So make an appointment with the broker, watch a video on replacing the washer or the leaking faucet. Even though the actual problem is not solved, by simply starting to work on it, will stop the squeaking of that wheel. Number 4, you haven't made a good plan. This definitely goes hand in hand with the point above. A plan is essential if you want to focus. When a mechanic looks under the hood of a car and sees why it's not running correctly, he or she is just vacantly looking around hoping to see an issue. There is always that plan without what to check, when to check it, and always specific order. A doctor has a plan when he or she checks you for a medical complaint. And so, when you're dealing with something, have a plan in hand. Number 5, you're not getting enough exercise. On the flip side of sleep, coin is exercise. Most of us are just getting enough good exercise, and it's showing by rising obesity rates in the U.S. and the world. It's easy to brush off exercise due to the amount of hours we all work and supposed lack of free time we all have. But a lack of exercise will take its toll on the mind and the body. Exercise spurs brain growth, boosts hormones, fights anxiety and depression, reduces stress, and even increases sensitivity to insulin. All of these factors that can affect our focus and concentration. So get some exercise, even if you start slow. By taking the stairs every day instead of the elevator, you are doing your brain a world of good. Number 6, you are working in a messy environment. You may be one of those people who can achieve a lot when surrounded by mess and clutter. You are definitely in the minority. Unless you're an artist who thrives on chaos, you really need some order in your chosen workspace. Clutter and mess may not bother you, but they can still be distraction for your mind, I should say. And whether your desk is filled with toys, games, or takeout wrappers and soda bottles, the end result is the same. You have something else to focus on other than the task at hand. Do yourself a favor and clean up that mess. Number 7, you may have ADHD. Do you have trouble listening to people and following instructions? Are you very irritable? Do you have a lot of trouble relaxing? Are you restless, constantly moving around and jiggling your legs? Are you late more often than you are on time? Do you have trouble prioritizing tasks? These are possible symptoms of adult ADHD. And if you have it, you're going to have major problems focusing on the task at hand. Talk to your doctor if you think that you are suffering from adult ADHD. Number 8, you're working too hard. The U.S. is now leading the world when it comes to the number of hours worked every year by an average citizen. And the U.S. also one of the only countries in the world that doesn't have a national paid parental leave in the world that doesn't have national paid parental leave, mandated paid sick time, or mandated leave time. The bottom line is, we're all working way too much and our ability to focus is suffering thereof. It's very beneficial to step away from the office, wherever that may be, and think about something else. In creative professions in particular, the easiest way to solve a problem is to stop thinking about it for a while and then coming back to it. But by working every hour that you are able, you're going to lose focus and be less efficient at your job or whatever else you want to focus on. Step away, take a break, take a vacation, and give yourself, your brain, much needed rest. Number 9, you aren't eating or drinking correctly. Along with sleep and exercise, the body needs fuel, and just like any machine, your body will have issues if not given the correct fuel. A cheeseburger with fries and a Coke is a tasty treat now and again, but it's not going to do much for your brain. And if you are dehydrated, your mind will wander and your body will weaken. You need to feed your body and brain with nutrients that need to function at their best. Get in the habit of drinking water at your desk at work. Add fish oils and vitamins to your breakfast routine. Eat more fresh fruit and vegetables. Number 10, you might like this one. You need more sex. Well, there it is, the S word. This one is self-explanatory, but in layman's terms, if you're not going to get what you need in the bedroom, your mind will start to wander elsewhere. Just as hunger can make you start to think constantly about food, the same can be said for a lack of sexual satisfaction. If you have a partner, this should be something that's simple enough to solve. Of course, that's easier said than done, so it may be something that requires couples therapy. Number 11, you haven't identified the specific problem. It's hard to focus on a problem if you have no idea what to look for. And yet, it happens in a workplace, at home, every single day. It's amazing how many times in meeting we can completely brought to a halt by a phrase. What exactly is the problem that we're trying to solve anyway, is the phrase that people ask so often. So before you focus on the task at hand, nail down the specific problem that you're trying to address. Don't go into any task looking at generalities and vague issues. If the problem is the utility bills are too high, ask why. It's because the AC is on too long during the day. Then figure out how you can reduce the temperature in the house without running the AC. That's a problem to focus on. Last but not least is you are way too stressed. We all are way too stressed. It just feels like this is what life these days, stress followed by side order of anxiety and second helping of angst and worry, dishes out to us. Stress is not good for your body or your mind. You may not be able to eliminate the cause of stress, but we can all find ways to lower the stress that is caused. Yoga, meditation, more sleep, better food, more time off are all ways to reduce your stress level. With less stress, the less anxiety we are able to breathe a little easier and focus on the tasks that lie ahead. And if we can focus more, we get more accomplished. This helps us to reduce stress further. It's just a healthy cycle. These were the 12 reasons you can focus. Number 1 was you're not getting enough sleep. Folks, we need to get 6 to 8 hours of good, solid sleep. Number 2 was you surround yourself with distractions. Try to not combine your phone, internet, and TV all at the same time. Jump from one to the other. Number 3 is you're not dealing with problems. Concentrate on what the problem is and deal with that problem. Don't go around the problem dealing with other problems. Number 4 is you haven't made a good plan. Everything in life requires a plan. An action plan, I always call it. To solve a problem, you have to have an action plan. Number 5, you're not getting enough exercise. Even instead of taking the elevator, use the steps. Number 6 is you're working in a messy environment. Get rid of those cups and wrappers and all that crappy crap that's sitting on your desk, because just messy environments cause distractions. Number 7, you might have adult ADHD. If you're having things like you're sitting there shaking your feet, you're always late, you have trouble relaxing, you're restless, you're constantly moving around, you, my friend, might have adult ADHD. Number 8, you're working too hard. The U.S. is now leading the world when it comes to the number of hours that you and I are working. We need to slow down. Number 9, you aren't eating or drinking correctly. We need to have some more fruits and vegetables. Yeah, those cheeseburgers and french fries and a Coke are always a treat, but it is a treat. You would never feed your cat just treats. You give him cat food plus the treats. Number 10, you need more sex. That is the S word. And just like when you are not getting the right food, you go and look for other food. Well, if you're not getting this sexual satisfaction, you might be looking elsewhere. And if you do have a spouse or partner and you're still having issues, you might want to go to couples therapy. Number 11, you haven't identified the problem that's causing you not to focus. Identify the problem and then focus again. And then number 12, and that's you and I, and probably everyone else in my audience, we're all too stressed out. We need to stop with the stressing. Take a deep breath, relax, think about something that's comforting. And definitely, you're stressing because you need help with your addiction, depression, low self-esteem. Don't be the person I read about in the beginning. The person that is laying there screaming out loud, hoping that somebody might help them. Be the person that gets the help while you can today. You can text me anytime at 631-599-0218. You can call me at 844-4050. You can call people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. Don't forget to go to www.globaleyeglasses.com to get your glasses so you can watch my videos better, so you can read your Bible better. Folks, remember, a sober today promises, I promise you, promises a better tomorrow. And if you think positive, positive things will happen. And if you do good, good things will happen. But if you want to continuously think in a negative way, negative things will happen. If you don't want to help other people, you don't want to be good to other people, it's exactly what you'll get in turn. Make a commitment starting today that you, my friend, right when the new year starts, will become a better person for you, for your loved ones, for the world. I hope to God, wherever you are watching me, that you have the best day of your life. I hope and I pray that each and every one watching me has a sober rest of their life. Turn to someone and just be kind to them, just for one day if you can. Open the door for that elderly. Bring in the garbage can for that elderly. Go in the homeless shelter and smile at someone, hand them something. Go to the children's hospital and drop off a toy. You will feel better. That I promise you. And may God bless you.